Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hood Jigsaw and today I'm going to be talking about League of Legends, specifically the preseason 7 changes. There is a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to get right into it, starting off with the rank system. Solo and duo queue are back. So much like season 5, you're able to pick your 2 preferred positions. But one thing that is different is they are giving you an option to veto your least favorite when autofill is enabled, or if you choose fill. So you can pick fill and veto your least favorite role, so you don't have to go that in your rank games. But if you are a fan of 2016's dynamic queue, never fear, ranked flex is here. Yes, they have ranked flex that will allow you to queue up with 5 players and compete in a more competitive gameplay. Similar to the dynamic queue that we currently have, there will be different rewards between solo and duo queue and rank flex, but if you do get gold or higher, there is a rumor that you'll get some kind of special award or something. I really like this kind of change. It opens up opportunities for both the people that like to solo queue their way to a higher elo, or the people that really enjoy playing this game as a team in a more competitive setting and 5v5s and etc. I think it really makes it easier for these people to find their niches and find what they like the most. And if you want to do both, they give you rewards for getting gold or higher in both. So I think it's a very rewarding queue system currently, and I'm looking forward to it. But besides that, we're getting a replay system? What? Like, we haven't had a replay system ever, or at least a reliable one that we can look back at our games and be like, this is what I did wrong, this is what I can improve on. So having this kind of replay system really excites me to see that Riot's actually listening to the community, and we'll be able to look back in our videos in a little bit more of a constructive way. They're saying that we're going to be able to see what towers we take, what objectives that we got when we got killed, certain power spikes, dragons, etc, etc. So I'm really excited to see how this replay system actually works. It might be good in theory and bad in practice, but we'll just have to see this one out. Speaking of practice, if you really want to learn the ins and out of a champ, they make it super easy because now they're coming out with the Sandbox Mode, and this is going to give you the opportunity to set your cooldowns to 0, level up your champions on command, flash over walls constantly, and basically learn what works and what doesn't work on champions. So you can really learn places in the map where your champion excels and places where he doesn't. You can learn the power spikes, the item spikes, the way he controls minions at specific levels, how to push, when to hold back on specific champions, jungle pathing, dragon neutral objectives, etc, etc. I think this is one of the greatest things they could put in League of Legends, because you can make such improvements with that if you are able to utilize the system correctly. This will help you a lot when you're trying to learn late game champions like Vayne and Vayne. But all jokes aside, I see this addition being a huge improvement for the League community. It really helps people learn champions. They're trying to make it a little more intuitive so that we actually know how to play champions before we take it into ranked, etc, etc. We have a new practice tool, and I suggest we utilize it. And then comes the champion reworks. There are so many, I don't think that I can cover them all in one video without going super in depth. But my prediction is that we're going to be seeing a lot more Katarina, sadly. I think we're going to be seeing plenty more Kazakhs, and I'll explain that a little bit later. And I think we'll also be seeing a lot of Shaco. These small reworks that these champions are getting are going to be able to push them to the top in certain elo ladders. For example, Zed, every time he kills someone with his ulti now, he gains a percentage of the enemy's AD. So that is such a snowbally effect. If you're in lane and your jungler camps for you, you're going to get ahead and you are going to snowball and possibly carry your team into the late game. And last but not least, plants? Plants. A lot of the plants that we're seeing are very similar to current champion abilities. For example, the Blast Cone is very similar to a Ziggs W. The Squire's Bloom is very similar to an Ashe Hawkshot, and the Honey Fruit is very similar to a Bard W heal. So I'm seeing a very interesting dynamic where possibly these junglers have an easier time clearing, but I fail to see how this is going to be significantly beneficial, especially with the placement of some of the plants. So I hope that they update that and learn a little better how to use the plants, and maybe we'll learn how to use them as well. But I'm going to move on to the jungle changes themselves. The jungle camps no longer give out those unique buffs. For example, when you smited Gromp, you will get the poison. When you smited Krugs, you will get the stun. They no longer give out those perks. And on top of that, blue and red no longer have the small minions. So that leads into me talking about champions like Shaco and Kazakhs. Shaco obviously has his boxes, and it's going to make for easier clear without the small minions in the way, and Kha'Zix having his isolation damage. They're probably going to go towards starting the red and blue buffs instead of starting Krugs and Gromp. So really similar to Season 4 style jungling, where we're going to see a lot more buff starts, or at least that's my prediction. I'm not sure how the actual jungle pathing will go. Oh god, please don't bring Pink Ward back into play. Not like this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was as informative as it was entertaining. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Looking forward to Season 7, and I will see you guys next time.
In 3 seconds.